You just checked your email. You didn't decide to. Your hand moved before your mind did. The tab was already open, the little number already scanned, and now you're back here, wondering why you did that for the ninth time this hour. You tell yourself it's discipline, that if you were just a little more focused, a little more organized, you could stop. But the real answer is far stranger, and it has almost nothing to do with your willpower. It has to do with a grassland you never walked and a hunger you were born already carrying. Go back 200,000 years. Your ancestor is standing at the edge of a savanna. She does not have a job. She does not have a calendar. She has one problem that matters above all others, and that problem is calories. Food is rare. Food is scattered. Food does not announce itself. It hides in the ground, in the trees, in the movement of animals she can barely see. Her brain has one setting for survival. Keep scanning. Keep checking. The bush that was empty yesterday might be full today. The stream that was dry might be running. Any glance, any turn of the head, might reveal something that keeps her alive one more day. The ancestor who checked constantly and got a small jolt of reward each time she found something, survived. The ancestor who checked once, found nothing, and stopped looking, did not. You are descended from the checkers, every single one of them. There is no other kind of ancestor available to you. So the question was never whether you would compulsively scan your environment. The question was only what you would be scanning for. Here's where it gets uncomfortable. The reward system that drove that ancient search runs on a chemical called dopamine. Most people think dopamine is the pleasure chemical, the thing you feel when you finally get the reward. It isn't. The neuroscientist Wolfram Schultz spent years recording the brains of monkeys, and he found something that rewired how we understand motivation. Dopamine doesn't spike when you get the reward. It spikes in the moment right before, when the reward might be coming, but you're not yet sure. Dopamine is not the feeling of finding food. It is the feeling of maybe, and your inbox is the most perfect maybe machine ever built. Think about what an email actually is. You open it, and most of the time it's nothing. A newsletter, a reply all you didn't need, a calendar invite. But sometimes, unpredictably, it's the thing. The client said yes, the offer came through. The person you've been waiting on finally wrote back. You never know which it is until you look. That word, unpredictably, is doing an enormous amount of work because there's a specific pattern of reward that hijacks the brain harder than any other, and it was mapped out in the 1950s by a psychologist named B.F. Skinner. He put animals in a box with a lever. When the lever gave a reward every single time, the animals pressed it calmly, only when hungry. But when he made the reward random, sometimes yes, mostly no, no way to predict which, the animals pressed that lever until they collapsed. He called it the variable ratio schedule. It is the most powerful engine of compulsive behavior ever discovered. It is why slot machines look the way they look. And it is almost exactly the design of your email. You are the animal. The lever is the refresh button. And the reward comes just often enough to keep you pressing forever. But there's a second layer, and it's older than the food. Your ancestor wasn't just scanning for calories. She was scanning for each other. For a human on that savanna, the deadliest threat wasn't a lion. It was being cut off from the group. Alone, you froze at night. Alone, you couldn't hunt large game or defend against raids. Alone, you died. So your brain evolved a second, even hungrier form of vigilance, a constant low-grade need to know where you stood with the people around you. Are they still with me? Did I do something wrong? Am I still in? The anthropologist Robin Dunbar spent his career studying this. He argues that the entire reason human brains grew so large was to track social relationships, to keep a running map of who owes what to whom, who's angry, who's allied. He found that we can only really hold about 150 relationships in that map at once. That number even has his name on it now. Dunbar's number. Your brain is, at its core, a social ledger, updating constantly, terrified of falling out of the book. Now look at your inbox again. It isn't just a maybe machine for good news. It's a status feed for your entire social and professional world. Every unread message is a question your ancient brain cannot leave alone. Where do I stand? Did they respond? Am I still in the group? The email from your boss isn't information. To the oldest part of your brain, it's a signal about whether you're safe or exiled. This is why an unread notification feels like a pull, not a choice. This is why you check at red lights. This is why you check on vacation, on the beach, in bed, in the exact moments you swore you wouldn't. You are not weak. You are running a 200,000-year-old program on a device engineered to exploit it. And here's the part almost no one admits. The people who design these systems know all of this. The variable rewards, the red badges, the pull to refresh gesture that is functionally identical to a slot machine arm. None of it is an accident. It is the deliberate application of exactly this science, aimed directly at the machinery your ancestors handed you. So what do you actually do with this? The first thing is to stop fighting the wrong war. You will never out-discipline a 200,000-year-old survival instinct through sheer effort. Willpower is a small, tired muscle, and it is going up against the single most refined motivational system evolution ever produced. That's not a fair fight. It never was. But you have one thing your ancestor didn't. You can see the program running. She couldn't. To her, the urge to scan the horizon simply was the world. To you, the urge to check your inbox can become visible as an urge, a thing happening to you rather than a thing that is you. In the moment you can see it, you can put distance between the feeling and the hand. The move isn't to resist the pull harder. It's to change the environment, the way you'd change the box the animal is standing in. Turn off the badge, and the maybe machine goes quiet. Batch your email to 2 or 3 fixed times, and you convert the slot machine back into a tool that gives its reward on a schedule, which is the one thing Skinner proved doesn't create compulsion. You're not becoming stronger. You're taking the lever out of the box. Because the checking was never really about the email. The email is just the newest bush on the newest savanna. The hunger underneath it, the need to scan, to know, to stay in the group, is the same hunger that kept your bloodline alive through ice ages and famines and 200,000 years of nights that could have been your last. That instinct is not a flaw. It is the reason you exist at all. So the next time your hand drifts toward the inbox before your mind has decided anything, don't be ashamed of it. Notice it. That reflex is the oldest, most loyal part of you. Still standing at the edge of the grassland, still scanning the horizon, still trying, in the only way it knows how, to keep you alive. You just checked your email again. Now you know who was really doing the checking.